Christian scholars tell us that if Jesus had made all these fantastic claims about himself, the first three Gospels would surely have recorded them. Mark was written around 70 CE, that's 70 years after Jesus, Mark, which is supposed to be the earliest Gospel. Followed by Matthew and Luke, somewhere between 80 to 90 CE. John, written about 100 CE, 100 years after Jesus. It was the last of the four canonized Gospels. The Christian scholar James Dunn writes in his book, The Evidence for Jesus. Now, listen to what he says. If they were part of the original words of Jesus himself, how could it be that only John picked them up and none of the others? Call it scholarly skepticism if you like, but I find it almost incredible that such sayings should have been neglected had they been known as a feature of Jesus' teaching. If the I ams, because it's saying I am, if they had been part of the original oral tradition, it is very hard indeed to explain why none of the other three evangelists made use of them. And then he quotes also from the New American Bible. And this is important. He says, it is difficult to know whether the words or sayings attributed to Jesus are written exactly as he spoke them. The church, the church was so firmly convinced that Jesus taught through her that she expressed her teachings in the form of Jesus' sayings. This is the New American Bible. It is stating in no uncertain terms what? That the church, and here by the way it means a church, the Trinitarian church, the church that believed in the Trinity, which was one of many different churches. This church is doing what? It is expressing its belief in this book, the Bible, in the Gospels, putting into the mouth of Jesus its teachings. Not concerned with whether this is historically true or not concerned with whether Jesus really said it or not. That was what not was important. They were convinced that we are the church, what we believe is right, and therefore we will put these sayings into the mouth of Jesus. No other authority less than the Cambridge History of the Bible, this is one of the authoritative books on the history of the Bible, states, and I've got it at home, that what you call the biblical canon today grew up along with the doctrine of the church. As the Trinitarian church evolved its doctrine, it also collected bits of sayings that were in accordance with what it believed. That does not establish, by the way, the truth of anything. It does not establish truth. It just establishes a version of events that agree with what I believe. Okay? And this is what I was getting at. This is the whole purpose. It's not anything really a person could put their faith and their trust in. We had other questions about the nature of God. How can God do this? Why can't God do anything? I already answered those questions. If you think God can do something stupid, if you think it's possible for God to do something stupid, I don't know, you deal with that. I don't believe in a God that does stupid things. And I don't think it's possible for God to do something stupid because God is all-wise. Something that is all-wise means to me that such a thing never would, never could do something stupid. If God can do anything, I'll ask you, can God stop existing? Can he stop existing? I mean, it's all theoretical. God is God, and God does godly things according to his nature. That's simple and easy to understand. And my example, by the way, of the square and the circle was to illustrate the point. Okay, what does it mean to us as human beings to say the square became a circle but still stayed a square? And I just want to, I'm being pushed to finish, unfortunately. There's a lot of good questions. But I would like to leave everybody with a thought, a very important thought. And especially to the Christians here. I would like to leave you with this thought. This is the thought that I always like to leave at the end of any such discussions and conversations or lectures. We all believe that we're going to stand in front of God on the day of judgment. And God is going to question us about everything in our lives. That's why it's called judgment. And this is how I present it. If I stand in front of Allah, in front of God on the day of judgment, and God says to me, "Why did you not believe that I became a man and I died on the cross for your sins? And why did you not believe that the Bible was my revealed word?" I will say, "Oh Allah, you are the Lord and the Creator of the heavens and the earth. You are the one without beginning and without end. How could I even think, let alone believe, that you became a man and died? And how could I believe a book riddled with contradictions and indiscrepancies was your word when you are the all-knowing Creator of the heavens and the earth? If God takes me and puts me in hell, I will never believe for 1 second that I was treated with justice. I will never understand why or for what possible reason did I deserve to be punished for glorifying the Creator of the heavens and the earth. But oh Christian, when you stand in front of Allah and He says to you, how could you say that I, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, became a mortal man? How could you claim that I was circumcised, that I became a being that was circumcised, that was born of a woman and that died? How could you claim that a book that had so many contradictions and discrepancies was my word? When God takes you and puts you in hell, you'll know that you deserve to be there. Allahu Akbar. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.